Interesting sharps. Interesting sharps. Interesting. Click, 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 click. Click. What do we got going on in the background here? Okay, so doing stuff. We're doing a bunch of stuff. Like where this is rolling. We want to do some things. A good one. Kick one off. I wanted to throw down the whole screen. This is what I have in the background sometimes. I hit it. That's this one. This is your dedicated position in the toggle switch. Because essentially, toggle switch. You toggle. You toggle right now. So we can do that live. I haven't really tried too much. Whoa. What did you do? Oh, I know what I did. I did it dumb. Hold on. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. You're good. Figuring out the card. Basic layout. These are some basic mechanics. They seem like some hardline stuff. I figured it out through Rhodes conjecture, Beals, Fermat's, Riemann's hypothesis, the stem problems. This is stem. This is A. This is X. This is A. This is X. Or well, at the moment that's A, and you're looking at it like it's an A. F1 plus F2 minus F1 equals stuff. Tapped like both of them. All right. Figuring out wires. Let's see. I want to hit one here. Let's just grab one of my normal quadrants, which just happens to be over my face at the moment. Well, I want to set you up like your IT. You can close enough. You can get here with obviously getting this to be the next step in the droid, the file cabinets into the make-it stuff, that make-it stuff. You want to be able to position. Okay, I'm IT. We are here. I'm here to help you. Okay, this thing is where you have the problems. What do you got? The thing over here. You're trying to get these two things to do. Well, watch this. Click, 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 click. So, let's get those wires hooked up. There's a really good one in here. I want to keep it into the wires of it. But there's a really good one. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, get my squeaker out. You go here. Hold on, Tom. So in the stone mill, you get literally into some basic wiring, some real hardcore circuitry. I'll take you to the stone mill. If I had that video, I'd be like, video on YouTube. I can't get this one here, but I got the cell phone, and I got YouTube, and I got this up here, and I get this all to you, and I'll take over your screen right now, because you're just kind of clicking buttons, and you can still hit the pause button, and on stop. And we'll get one here about Kyle. Kevin's. Let me get some of Kevin's. Well, he's already in the unified field theory. I mean, I guess I can't really argue with him, but in here you'll get into the actual wiring. You'll crack into this thing, and you'll actually need to do some hard wiring. Stretch her out a little bit bigger. I made her bigger. Trying the salty on for right now with the 1 and the 0. Interesting. So when you get into the programming of physically pushing buttons across the stone mill floor, when you get into actual, let me stay there. You actually get into Tom. Hi, Tom. This is the stone mill. The graphic pixel arts on the lines and wigglies that do the stock market that are, again, when I want to do some circuitry. I'll go breadboard or something. Sure you did. Yeah, you did. Good GPT-3.
Put it round here and connect it to the negative rail of our
it won't work. That's like so clicking it onto this one. You're supposed to be in this one, and this thing blinks at you. Click. What? Well, watch this. Ready? Well, it's supposed to go over it. Tom, what are you doing? Oh, it's connected. But at any rate, it would be weird. Enough for no reason. Of course it wouldn't. Of course it would. If I had a better video set with this interpretation, I use this for a sentence. Go away, Tom. Thank you, Tom. I use this for when you organize a thought in the stone mill on the mechanics. You do it like that because it's a very subset sequence of the droid models. Come back. When we're clicking buttons, dropping stuff in this physics engine, all the physics engines are going to come up, and there's small functions of stuff that build your droid setups over here, over there. Hooking up the wire. Operator. Pretty basic battery right here. And you would be able to say, I've used the battery before. And I was like, I'm sure you have. They've probably hooked right up stuff and it lit right up for you, I'm sure. Photons, electrons, resistors, capacitors, MOSFET switches, Ethernet. This is Ethernet. All right, this is some basic hardwire and fans. We want to do some Ethernet. We'll show you Ethernet. Well, you type it in. You go Google, search bar, whatever. Click, 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 backspace. We'll do that. Ethernet. What do you do? What is Ethernet? Pretty simple. 1, 2, 3.
Heard of IEEE
And I want to see it in the Senate. Like, I want to do this. Why is there? I mean, I get the flag.
With our topic today, Ethernet.
If I went right. While we're just busy not doing nothing, I guess we can look up all kinds of certain things. Well, that's Ethernet already. You're doing stuff. Avatar.
Before
we
we
type
get
in
started
things
on
over
today's
here.
Video, if you love our videos,
Find out stuff about the
be sure
news.
to click the like button
Me, I got a
below.
home page ready to
And
go.
make sure to click
We're gonna
subscribe
let's do
and the
that.
little
Let's
bell
click this
to
up.
receive
Go full size.
notifications of new Real
Go
Parts
back.
videos.
Come back.
This way, you never
Come over
miss
here.
another one.
You can do the home. Click. You can make that your home model.
Ethernet is a communication standard that was developed in the early
Well,
80s to network
this should be
computers
home.
and other
You go away.
devices
Now
in a
come
local
back.
environment, such as a home or a building.
And
This
you'll see
local
that
environment is
every
defined
time. Every time.
as a LAN,
You'll see that every
or
time.
local area
The
network.
little light. Right,
And
right.
it connects multiple devices so that they can create, store, and share information with others in the
What do I
location.
like? If somebody were just like, I could.
Ethernet is a wired system that started with using coaxial
Interesting,
cable
GPT-3.
and has successfully progressed to now using twisted pair copper wiring and fiber optic wiring. Let's
Interesting.
break for a trivia question. Who invented twisted pair wiring? Alexander Graham Bell invented twisted pair wiring in 1881.
Like to keep it about a year.
In
Normally 4
1983,
days ago.
Ethernet
Was
was
Monday?
standardized
Yeah.
into the
No.
standard IEEE.
Yeah, especially with CNBC,
802.3
you
by
gotta
the
stay hot
Institute
on
of
those,
Electrical
and they're on
and
an offset
Electronic
differential to the
Engineers,
zero
or
ones.
IEEE.
Okay,
This
just
standard
listen to
defined the
it.
physical layer
just
and the MAC, or media access
just
control
do.
portion of the data link layer of wired Ethernet. These two layers are defined as the first two layers in the OSI, or Open Systems
Yes, it's
Interconnection
fine. I'll
model.
fix it later. I can fix you.
The physical layer consists of the following components:
The battery.
cabling and devices. First,
So I
let's
would
take
look
a
at you.
look at Ethernet cabling. As stated previously, Ethernet
Click.
cables come as coaxial
Do that
cable,
one.
which is not very common except in
Rabbit
older
order, that becomes
installations. Twisted
this answer
pair
right here.
and fiber
Come back.
optic.
No, I don't want you. Go away.
The
Ethernet.
most common cable is twisted pair cables,
Which one?
with the latest being Category 6. with
Well,
speeds
4-bit
up to 1
on a
gigabit per
2-bit.
second,
If I had to do those and it's
Cat
traveling through this.
6A and Cat 7 with speeds up to 10 gigabits per second.
Interesting.
Category 5 and 5E cables are both still used in many existing applications, but handle the lower speeds between
fun.
10
That's a
megabits
good
per
one.
second
This is a good one.
to 100
This
megabits
is a
per
good one.
second, but
I haven't watched
are
this
more
one yet. I don't
susceptible
know.
to noise.
I mean, I like the kitty. How you doing, kitty?
The Ethernet twisted pair utilizes RJ45 8-pin connectors at either end of the cable.
Keeps it
It is
real. Right
meant
here,
for
like somebody's still
transmitting and
on the other end of the
receiving
phone and
data
definitely not a
in either
fucking
half
robot.
or full duplex mode. Half duplex transmits data in one direction at a time. while full
Interesting,
duplex allows
GPT-3.
data to be transmitted in both directions.
Well, this is
at the same
autonomous.
time.
It built a program of
Full
what I
duplex
like
and Ethernet
off
can
of
be
my
achieved by
subscriptions.
using two
This is the
pairs of
category.
wires to allow data to travel
back.
both
This is
directions
my subscriptions on what I do. I should be able to click up here where they are, who they are, what they are. Fox, I got. Here we go. Some of the things I do.
It has allowed Ethernet to travel farther distances at higher speeds.
Okay, stay. Because it's in the background.
Fiber optic cables use several different
I like
types of
Canada, that's a good one.
that vary depending on your application needs.
Interesting.
Some of the different types are
Trouble.
SFP,
Got a lot of buttons in here, guys.
small form pluggable or small factor pluggable, and SC.
Time work fraud case falling in the single. You could just take my advice. To be honest, you should just.
In order to use fiber optic in an Ethernet network that utilizes twisted pair
V-Man, you probably
cabling,
heard him before.
you need to use an Ethernet to fiber converter that will allow your network to take advantage of the higher speeds of fiber optic and lengthen the distance that the
Well,
Ethernet network
IH.
can
Smallest
reach.
distance is this, which winds up being.
How about the Ethernet devices? Ethernet devices are consisting of computers, printers,
And the
or
computer
any
don't
device
play
which
every
either have an
click.
internal NIC or network interface card or an external one that is USB
In the way that this
or
is a chess
PCI
game.
based.
Again, you go. The
Switches
concept in
and
itself is very
routers
simple.
That act as the director of the network.
There's a
connect
first move.
multiple computers or even
Chess.
networks together
Which
to enable
corner is the top
communication
left? Is it
between
black
all
or
the
is it
different
white?
devices.
Is it A or is it H?
Gateways
I'm not saying
and
that
bridges
necessarily
are
matters.
used to connect
I'm
multiple
saying that
Ethernet
if it
networks together
mattered, it
and
would
allow
matter.
communication across them.
The
Gateways
zeros and ones
connect two
wouldn't
dissimilar
work to
networks together,
the
while a
visual
bridge
optics
connects
on
two similar
IH.
networks together
All the
so
times
that
I
you
ever
can
played
only
that, this
see
is not
one
right.
network.
Or something's wrong here. Gravity, the chessboard goes
Now
like
that
this.
we've discussed the basic physical
Click.
components of Ethernet,
Click.
let's move into the second layer of the OSI model,
Goes
the data link layer.
You go through this, and you get this, and
data
then you
link
figure out
layer
that point right
can
there's a
be
pain
split
right in the
into
balls.
two
You can't click it over
sections.
here. It doesn't do
The
nothing.
logical link control,
Can't
or
delete it or nothing
LLC,
other than copy
and
it.
the media access control, or MAC.
So you, well,
The
that's the
logical
droid
link
technique, and
control
then that's the droid. You
establishes
get a
paths
common
for
core
data on the
at certain
Ethernet
levels,
to
takes certain
transmit between
physical amount of
devices.
time. Not only
The
do I have to
media
break this
access
down in such a
control
way
uses
that, oh, well,
hardware
here's
addresses
today's
that are
assignment,
assigned
maybe
to
it's
network interface
good, or you want to
cards
slow it down
or
in there,
NIC
go to class,
to
see
identify
everybody
a
else in the
specific
class, see
computer
how that
or
all
device to show the source and destination
marshmallow
of data
experiment, yeah.
transmission.
Because this would be the build. This is what I wanted it to do. I'm looking for
Ethernet
rational
transmits
numbers,
data packets
the
in this
density
data link
differences,
layer
and the
by
gravity
using an
waves
algorithm
everything makes when
called
you put it in the
CSMA
quanti
CD,
universe here into
or
the
carrier sense multiple access
click.
with collision detection.
Click.
CSMA CD is used as a standard for
Click.
Ethernet to reduce data
Salty will
collisions
be back. He'll be
and increase
salty
successful
numbers.
data transmission. The algorithm first checks to see if there is traffic on the network. If it does not find any, it will send out the first bit of information to see if a collision will occur. If this
So I
first
hope you're
bit is
hanging with me.
successful,
What do you want to
then it
know?
will
I
send
mean,
out the other
we're going to
bits,
start on the
while
journey
still
about
testing
clicking
for
until we
collisions.
can't click anymore.
If a collision
All right,
occurs,
and then I pick up
the
on it. Well,
algorithm
you're being
calculates a waiting time and then starts the process all
Yes.
over again until the full transmission is complete. When you use the
You're
faster
in the
Ethernet
way
and
by
full
what I'm doing
duplex
here
modes,
because it was a problem. I
and
couldn't
incorporate
videotape
switches,
it and kind of show you
you are utilizing a
how
smart
I'm driving the
topology
car
between
right
the
here,
switch
which
ports
way I'm
and the
using those
devices.
for. There's a physical
This allows
space
for
to the
more
cat.
direct
It's like,
transmission
does the
paths
cat,
with
and then
fewer
it blinks
collisions,
at you.
as compared to a bus topology where all devices share the same paths. Ethernet capabilities are quickly changing with new technologies emerging every day.
Well, for me, I
And
can
while we're
because
currently
this.
on the brink of
Well, I'll
successfully
compete it.
moving into
It's like
speeds
right here, I
higher
can actually
than the
test this,
current
play
1 gigabits per
right
second,
next to each
with
other.
10 gigabits per
See what
second
time
emerging
frame
over
they
the
looked
last
at
few
inside of
years.
there, some of the tight
These new
frames to
Ethernet
say, well, I like the
technologies will be
engineering.
costly.
However, it's not. Unified
Also,
field
your
theory,
possibilities for the
crystal
information
structure.
world can seem endless when you connect this
So you
Ethernet
do that
local
with something
area
like the stun
network to
problems.
the
That's first, because
internet
that's
to create a very
hardline
large
core
WAN
code that
or
you would
wide
eventually
area
pick up
network.
because I'm going to drop notes or
But
roads
that's
bills
a
from
story
us.
for another day. All in all, Ethernet is popular because
Ethernet.
it
Okay. Basically, well, air turbulence equation, Nova Strokers. Nova Strokers is an air turbulence equation. How does this all flow? What's the overall steps of a fluid mechanics that diverges in two ways? And what is no, it's a fluid dynamics. What's space? I got to figure out what space is on the quadrants of what it does. You can get a topology a couple of different ways. Newton, Poincare, Einstein, whatever. Bell's equality in Copenhagen. Zenon's paradox was one recently from space-time. They were lighting it up for that, but you'll see it a few times in eschatology, popping up in different forms. But then this one kind of called it that over there, and this one was this, and this is all still on one string, right? Because zeros and ones and stuff about superposition, the T salty, 1.5. It's Skynet. Skynet. I would. I'd play it just like that. That's the card. You Mason, you get it. Here's your Z coin. Fucking brother. This is a zero matrix right here. I mean, you should get everybody. You should be able to get the big dog generals. Who's ever. Let's hear it, buddy.
Work your style without overworking your hair. For salon
What do you
quality hair
got?
at
Let's
home,
see it. Well,
Trust
Solomon's
Me Hair
Temple. I'll hit it
Care
right here. This is
Complex
where I
technology
learned it.
builds new hair bonds with every wash.
There's
Get
a
20
there's a
times
dragon.
stronger hair.
There's asking name Marshmallow. Oh.
Late last week, various prime brokerage departments started working with Archegos Capital to try and help them out from some of these positions, but it didn't last very long, as quite quickly one of the prime brokerages units started making margin calls. That's likely late Thursday night based on my conversations, and the others were all forced to follow.
How long
fairly
ago was it?
quickly.
What is today?
Various conversations with sources at Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley confirmed
Today is
that while
the
they
29th,
have
okay.
exposure, $10 to $15 billion respectively, they've managed to offload those positions without any serious losses. A source at Goldman Sachs explaining this was due to having very high collateral requirements with this particular client.
Court case. Time for work fraud case where those guys are living. That's usually how I hit them. Hit with the program, hidden stem model, CCTV, Borg robot, play around inside of there. Name them whatever you want. Larry, Joe, John, whatever. You figure out fucking gravity off of what they were doing, and you say, well, what the fuck happened, John? You can hit them at the marshmallow experiment, at the tree, beating tree, man, physics. The particle was doing this, and I didn't like that shit being a fucking problem all the time, and I fixed it.
Appear to be falling on Credit Suisse and Nomura, both of whom have warned on the record about the situation, though the size of the loss is still to be confirmed. It is expected to be in the billions, and it comes at a particularly tough time, by the way.
Be hard. It'd be tough. I'll be like,
Scandal as
all kinds of money, guys, right down there. Here's a book. You take it down the street, Z-Coin. Put it in your fucking pocket, AR-15, take a flag, and go down there and wave it, because that's what the problem is.
So much, and also, I think, importantly, off their lows as all of us and our peers have been reporting these sorts of stories. And the thing I'd just end with, guys...
This goes into an IMA social engineering, I should mention. This is a prison system, a college, a boot camp, Fermilab.
It was up at least double since the crazy GameStop madness. So at whatever point this hedge fund wanted to get exposure,
you're gonna argue with me, and I know the math because I have the math problem on YouTube where Space-Time guy's like, you're gonna think I'm wrong. I'm actually right. You're gonna argue with me the whole time because you don't have a constant on this, and we don't agree on the Mason's game of this is how you build a pallet. Click, 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 click. Later on, I'll be like, that's why we do it like that, because then you will actually stand a chance if you know what you're doing. Then you do that with them, and then your problem is done. I didn't have problems. I had problems of my own. I tried to figure out other things, then you come at me and I'd make money at that. Right? You know? That's me. This is what I do. This guy right here. Put him on this page right here. On Battlefield, this fucker right into the ground. Good? Okay.
Steve Sosnick, Interactive Brokers, Chief Strategist.
You here right now, or here, over here, this pawn, you slide these around, that's going to be these toggles. Right here. Right here. Toggle. Toggle. Is it a button? Is it a toggle? Oh, things happen. Get you on the next one.